4 years ago, when I came to New Hampshire, I had a series of proposals that the political establishment said was very radical, too extreme. Media establishment said was too extreme. The corporate establishment said was too extreme. Nobody believes in what Bernie is talking about. Well, it turns out that the people of New Hampshire did, and because you stood up for justice, we won 22 states last time around and helped transform the conversation of where America should be going. So I thank the Hampshire very much.
This is our shot, our only shot to defeat Donald Trump. I know that last week was depressing for a lot of us watching the news, watching the way the Senate GOP turned a trial into a sham and a foregone conclusion. And I know that that creates a sense of exhaustion that may tempt some of us to turn it off and walk away altogether, which is, of course, exactly how the cynics would win, exactly what we cannot allow to happen. But the good news is, the great thing about being a voter in the year 2020 is that we get the final say. The Senate may have been the jury last week, but we're the jury now, and the final verdict is up to us when it comes to this president and an awful lot of those senators. So let's make sure we use that power to bring about the change we need to see. This is our chance.
You know, you don't have to accept the president who promulgates hatred and exclusion toward Muslims and trumped up bans on travel bans on Muslims. You don't have to stand while the President of the United States denies climate change, watches the planet burn, and attacks Greta Thunberg, a teenager, for providing leadership that he should be providing. You don't have to ignore a president who turns the prayer breakfast in Washington, D.C. into a farce. I mean, it was ridiculous. Instead of love thy neighbor, he pushed toxic division, suggesting anyone who criticized him wasn't a real Christian.
You get to see a state like this one where people are so civic-minded that they are willing to turn out in the middle of a snowstorm and rainy weather like this. So I just want to thank you for doing that. We have a big thing tomorrow, and that is the primary, and it is your job to be picking a candidate. And I think you all know my story. I don't have the biggest bank account in this race. I didn't have the biggest name ID going into this. But what I have is grit. And literally, I woke up this morning and found out, not in one poll, but in two, including the Boston Globe, we are now number 3 in this race.